up, you guys? It is Mary.
And
we want you to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below, you all. And if you guys want to support our channel or contribute to the content in any way by sending us content or by giving us stuff to research and look over and review, please refer to our email. And to send love donations, please refer to our Zelle in the description box down below. You all, we are going to be talking about Andrew Tate. Yeah. I did not know nothing about this man until Mom came to me and was talking to me about it. Apparently, she had been watching about him for a while.
No, not for a while.
Not for a while, but I think maybe a solid week you were like this researching him.
Week, right? Yeah, because I actually had seen him, just kind of seen him on one of these podcasts. And I was just like, and I kind of dismissed it because I was just like, oh, there goes those men again talking.
Fresh and fit.
Sense.
Yeah,
it wasn't even on Fresh and Fit. I saw him on. I saw him on something else. It was when I was researching that I now saw him on Fresh and Fit. But he was on someone's podcast. I cannot remember whose.
He's been kicked off of
social media. But he just
seemed
as though he was like putting women down. And
he seemed like a misogynistic asshole.
Yeah.
That's what he seemed like.
So that was like, I think maybe I had seen maybe like last year. And I just kind of just dismissed it. And so when, I didn't know what his name was. But then I saw him again now, like that he got arrested. And I was thinking, oh, so that's man that I see. Oh, now he's arrested. Oh my God, for rape and what else?
I think
human
it was
trafficking.
Human trafficking. So, I think it was
rape. 1 count on rape.
Rape.
And 5 counts of human trafficking. He has 6 accusers.
Well,
and this is in Romania. They went and they arrested him and his brother. Apparently, they were. They have been investigating him since April of last year. And I do believe he was detained or arrested last year in April, but then was let go. And my thing was just, which is where, like this guy, when you go back and you look at some of his tapes, I just wonder, like, why will I say some of the things that he says? He talks about how, how
he beats women, how he was basically pimping women. Well, he got his money off of the backs of women.
Pretty much, because he said he started. What did he do? He was a kickboxer, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't. His father was some chess master, right?
Yes.
His father also did martial arts, and the father taught these kids. And I think the father is in either Indiana or Chicago. I'm not sure.
Anyway, but the father was actually somebody who was a decent human being. He
seemed to be, he was a father. I mean, I don't know what kind of person he was, but him and the mom, they were together until they got divorced when Andrew was 11. Mm-hmm. And then the mom moved him and the brother to England, right? So they are biracial. The father is, African American, or maybe he's biracial too, and then the mom is Caucasian. So he's, biracial. But the father used to teach them chess, and Andrew got so good at it that one time when he was really young, he was like doing this chess match with like 3 10-year-olds. So he is someone who you will think he's going to grow up to have this life and be intelligent and all this stuff. Well, he did martial arts and made money from it, but he said it didn't pay. This is what he says on the internet, on social media.
It didn't pay much.
Didn't pay.
So he started selling drugs.
When he finished, he had $70,000. He started selling drugs. Okay.
No, he had $70,000. He blew $30,000 of it on gambling.
Oh yeah, gambling. That's right. He said he gambled and then lost $30,000, had $40,000 left. He was selling drugs and to make ends meet. And then he got this webcam. Was like, oh, maybe I can, get women to come in. So he called his 5 girlfriends. This is all him talking. Called his 5 girlfriends from different parts of the world to come and meet him wherever he was living. And they met him there, and he tells him, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be taking, like doing some webcam business where you talk to men like all about sex or whatever, get their groove on and get money. All right. And so only all of the girlfriends left and only two of them stayed. The girlfriends, I don't even know if these were all his girlfriends, but anyway, 3 of them left, 2 remained, and it got to a point when he was just down to the one person who was doing this. And he said he even got to a point where they had like 75 women who were making money for them. Now, I don't know if they were also making porno videos. I don't know what was going on with that. But then he makes this thing where he's talking about, I don't allow them to go. Like, he doesn't allow these women. Okay, now they're just doing webcam for you, right? How do you not allow them to even go out? I don't allow them to go out. They want to go to a restaurant, you want to eat? No. You stay home. My women, they don't go out. And they're all in love with me, which I doubt that they are in love with you. They're probably there to make their money. And
they're probably battered women who don't know their worth and are stuck in a situation because allegedly, he was beating their asses as well.
And he talks about that. And he says
it on camera.
He will beat their ass if they catch some attitude. He will just grab their throat and beat them. And then there's a video of him belting some woman and slapping her. And then
you saw the video?
I saw that video. I mean, her body was covered. But, you have this belt that he's going like this. And then when he slaps her, I just saw the blonde hair. And then later on, she comes on to say, she likes it when he beats her and whatever. And this is what they do with each other or whatever. Which I was just like, okay, she may like it. Do the other 75 women like it, or the other people that you say are your girlfriends?
She does not like it. This BS. She probably was high on cocaine when she said that.
And he keeps on saying, you must have control of your women, which makes me think, I wonder if he drugs them to be able to. Because if someone's your girlfriend and they really love you like you say they do, why do they want to start having phone sex with somebody else if you haven't drugged them? Already you say that you're beating them and grabbing them by the throat and punching their lights out, and then we see you with the belt and the slap. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I can't just say this though.
Go ahead.
It's not a girlfriend-boyfriend situation.
Absolutely
he is
not.
pimping these women. This is pimping.
What it is. He keeps on trying to say, they love me.
He literally sits down here on these podcasts like a dumbass and admits to federal crimes. Being a pimp, being a drug dealer, being a beater, probably also admitting to raping women as well. Because he said that, and there was some weird video. Yes. He has been kicked off of TikTok,
he said, I don't give them,
and
he doesn't
Twitter.
have sex with them, but he'll beat them.
Yeah, oh my God. He says
That's
he said, I'll mess your mind up so much that, matter of fact, forget the sex because, it's like you're, that's a distraction or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just beat your lights out.
Yeah.
And he said it so proudly.
And
I'm like,
you want to give me the lip, I'm going to grab you by the neck, I'm going to beat you.
And I'm looking at this worm of a man, and I'm just like...
And he seems angry as he goes like this.
And I'm like, how do you say this on TV? Like, people are so dumb. Like, the police, what they do, they go to Google. You know what they do? They go to your social media. All of the evidence, they can take that. It's not just you talking.
Long rope. So I think that when they came out after him in April, they found some of the things they needed to find. But then what they did was they looked at everything and then they thought to themselves, something, what we got to do, we got to give this man a long rope.
Yes.
We're going to give him a long rope to hang his damn self. And he continued, he has talked about having 7 passports.
And how if he has issues in Nigeria, he'll go to Romania. If he has an issue in Romania, he'll just go to Aruba or whatever.
Like anywhere. So
7 passports.
7 passports so that one country gives me a problem, I'm going to go to another country.
And then he talks about how if he ever gets caught, he knows just to flush his phones down the toilet.
Yes.
So now you're talking about how you hide evidence.
Yes. And you're saying all of this stuff.
On
and
camera.
I think the one way he was talking about he's throwing, he will throw the phone or whatever like that. I don't know if that was on Fresh and Fit, but you had Fresh and Fit laughing like dummies.
They are just two illiterate mother effers.
And I was just
just dumb.
And apparently this guy A lot of young guys are listening to him.
He has a whole Hustlers Academy.
Inspiration from him. I don't think Hustler Academy is still on, but he used to have.
He has a Hustlers Academy where men just go to listen to him talk about debauchery and degeneracy, and they pay him $50 a month.
I know, a whole $50 a month. And then there was something else he had where, what was it? Well, I think the War Room, Tate's War Room or something. Before it used to be $500 to get in. Now it's like almost, it's like $4,000 something to get in. I don't know if that one's still going on, but suffice to say, he's been kicked out of all social media except Twitter.
But Elon Musk let him come back on recently.
Okay. Also, he was kicked off on Twitter and then he came back.
Well, that's what you told me.
Oh, okay. Well, I know he's on Twitter. I don't know if he was ever kicked off, but I know he was on Twitter. And he's been kicked off of all the other social
TikTok,
media
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Rightly so. Because, and I think so many of these other idiots out there, these men out here, talking all this crap, I think also they should be kicked off of social media. But I am happy to know, because that day that I was watching him, I think a year ago, I just saw, I think I must have watched for maybe just, 3-4 minutes. And I was just like, I just remember this bald head man with kind of like
a worm-like face.
Well, I saw kind of like hair coming around this way. You know what I'm saying? Like little seedlings of hair coming around. So he was like balding, right? So that's what I just remember of him. And he had some dark sunglasses on, as he was talking inside with this podcaster. And I was just like, one of these other idiots speaking, you know. But I am so happy. I mean, when I saw that he was now in jail, they finally arrested him. I didn't even know he had a brother. But they arrested him and his brother. I was like, oh, wow. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow.
Because apparently he had brought an American woman here under false pretenses. He told her, I'm going to come and wine and dine you, come to Romaine, offer him now to start pimping her against her will.
She doesn't want to, right? And then he doesn't let her leave.
Yes.
So that is allegedly.
So they found her there.
That is what the victims is saying allegedly occurred.
Everything's allegedly.
So we are going to see as the court case goes on. So now they're in Romania. And I did see when he was talking on someone else's podcast about Romania and why he's actually moving to Romania. And he was saying at that time that Romania, it's like a country you can bribe a lot there. You know, money talks. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was going to be going to Romania. Well, you have said this. So the Romania authorities have seen this, I'm sure. They have heard this from you. So they're going to make damn sure that what you said about them in public. See, some of these things you got to keep to yourself. The country is a country that bribes can go around. You keep that shit to yourself.
You don't go
announce it and then go live there and commit atrocities and think your ass gonna be able to bribe yourself out. You will not, because they will make your ass an example that we don't bribe here. Because you have announced it to the world. You will not bribe us. Anybody else might, but you cut it. With your blabbermouth and snitch self, will not bribe us. How about that? And what is so sad about it is listen, Romania is not like here in America where you have a juror, right? That's going to say whether you're.
The judge actually chooses for you.
It is the judge.
It's the judge.
You go. So right now he has been detained for the next 30 days. He's been arrested. He's gonna be there. He's in jail. I saw a picture of him, which I think you should put on our thing.
Oh, of course.
Yes, of him and his brother. They're handcuffed to each other. And they're just coming out of the jail. But, you know, the thing is, it's really sad. So anyhow.
It's embarrassing.
They're going to be there for 30 days. And they came and tried to do an appeal. It was rejected by the judge. Said no, go back. They want to be able to do bond. That was denied also. Nope.
Yeah.
Because he does not trust you.
No.
Because this is what you've said. The defense tried to say, look, this man is playing a character. This is not who he is. It's a caricature. Okay, like he's trying to play. It's not who he is. The man just says this. He doesn't do anything like this. But it's not true because you actually have the 7 passports.
Yeah.
It's not true because what the women are saying that you did to them,
they have the proof.
Is what the women say you're doing to them is what you have said on social media how you deal with women. So when these women have made these charges now, you see, that's why you're dumb. You know, you were smart when you were young, but what happened? What happened? Your daddy taught you to think 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the father passed away, but damn.
You just wonder how he has fallen.
Like, you have just fallen.
And my thing is, what really gets me, I would love to have $40,000 right now.
Anybody.
The things that I could do with $40,000 legally.
Yes.
And become a millionaire by the end of the year are astronomical.
I know.
You took that and thought it was not enough.
No.
That goes from not being grateful.
Yes.
And you decide, I am going to come and be a pimp.
Yes.
And a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the $40,000, go buy the drugs, and then go sell them into the community.
Yes.
And I'm going to also cause havoc, not only on just women, but also on a community.
On families too, because the drug addict is part of a family.
Yes.
That's being destroyed from this habit. So all the stuff you chose to go do, it's on the weakness of people, things that they're dealing with. And so your little hustler university, you're just there hustling those men
and making
who follow you.
Yes.
And how do I know that? Well, let's see how you've made money. Because that's what you've been doing. You have been hustling people. You bring them in with the lure of money and love, only to say, no, get your ass in there. Where my belt at? You better do X, Y, Z. Oh, and by the way, I don't need your consent because I'm going to beat your ass. Because I got to control you. And he was talking on someone's page. He was saying the word control, he must have said about 5 times. Control women. You've got to have control of women. As he's telling the men, you've got to control. That's part of the control. Because if they think that they can do this without you, then they will. That's part of the control. You have to make them think that they can't do this business without you. How do you do that? By one, beating them, but also cursing them out.
And also
calling them
messing
dumb.
with them mentally.
Of course.
Yes.
You're the worst of people. You are a horrible person. Okay? And I then recently when I was researching, found out.
Well, let's talk.
You want to finish?
No, I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
Yes, we recently saw that he had quote unquote converted to Islam.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to do this because I'm not worthy to judge anybody. But yes, you converted to Islam. You said it. That you're now Muslim. I saw the thing as I was doing research for this whole thing.
I saw some of the reasons.
In October. And saw the reasons, whatever. The thing is for me. This is for me. You're Muslim. Great. Does that absolve you of what you've done? And my thing is this. Let's just say for shits and giggles, yes, you really have become Muslim in October, and I'm not judging you. But let's say for shits and giggles, you actually became Muslim. You know what I would have expected? I mean, I would have thought to myself that if you're Muslim, as you say you are, you wouldn't be in a home with 6 women who are not your sisters, relatives, wife, right?
Can I also
what
say
were the
something?
6 women doing there?
When they caught him.
What were they doing there in the house? You understand? Like, you even said there was someone who gave you the Quran. Oh, read it. You said, yes, I'm going to be reading this.
I just want to say something
Go
also.
ahead.
Just because you become Muslim, and you
Yes,
said it too, that
yes.
does not mean that all the fucked up shit you did
And all the lives you messed up.
that does not mean that God has erased it.
Yeah.
God may forgive you, but that doesn't mean that He wipes them away and He tries to cover your sins. No,
Yeah, you
God
still have to account
in
for
Islam,
whatever that has happened. Like,
in
you still
Islam,
have to
there's this
account
thing
for it.
in Islam, there's this thing of accountability.
Everyone
pays for their sins. There are consequences for things that you do.
Yeah.
And there are consequences for the lives you have ruined. There are consequences for the women that you have beat.
Yeah.
There are consequences for the things that you have done.
Yeah.
There are consequences for the lives that you have ruined. So just because you say, oh, I'm Muslim, just know you are going to be held
There's still
more.
the law. There's still man's law. Like here, you did human trafficking. You raped. Like, well, all the things. Like, okay, let's just say for shits and giggles, okay, these 6 charges that you have now did not exist. Okay, let's put them here. You still did some crazy shit, and they have been investigating you since April. Yeah. So whatever they have found out, regardless Allah forgiving you for your sins, you're still, these are the laws of America right here. You've been doing human trafficking since April, you're still going to pay for that. You're still going to pay for that. That means you go to jail and you're Muslim. Well, alhamdulillah, you have more time now to read the Quran.
Well, the thing is also,
be in prayer.
You have also said that because God says that He gives you leeway. Basically, this is not verbatim, but basically, until you actually know what you're doing, like once you are aware of the right ways, like He doesn't fault you for not knowing and not being aware. But when you've been ignorant, but when you are no longer ignorant, that's where the accountability comes in. You announce that you're a Muslim, right? You're still doing this shit, even though you say you're Muslim. Yeah. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to me.
You did
allegedly. But we saw the 6 women, and we saw what was going on when they arrested him. Yeah. So just because you actually did that and you say you want to become Muslim, you say it out loud now. You have this influence. And now you're still doing it allegedly. Yeah. Do not think that God is going to be like, oh, let me turn a blind eye. No, you have this influence. You're still doing this.
You have the knowledge.
And you have the knowledge. You are going to be held accountable. Absolutely. You can't say, oh, I am now aware. Let me continue to backslide. You can't do that. You cannot continue to backslide and continue to do wrong, horrible things that you had done before you had become Muslim. So it's not a surprise to me that they caught your ass quite quickly after you became Muslim.
Okay? Especially if you had done these things allegedly, you became Muslim and then you did this.
And then you're going around spreading that you are Muslim, you are in Islam. Yes. You're doing all this craziness still. You're giving the religion a bad name as well. That does not go unscathed.
You did all these things.
All of that does not go unscathed. Yeah. Okay? It just doesn't. So that's what I have to say. We will go much deeper into the whole Islam thing and Andrew Tate on our Muslima channel. Yes. And if you guys actually want to see that video, we will link it and we will send it to whoever wants to see it.
Absolutely.
But that's all I want to say about the whole Muslim thing. I am taking it with a grain of salt because of all the things that you have done. And I am not trying to judge, but these are things that you've said out of your own mouth on the podcast. So I'm here talking about it.
Yes.
Is that all
because you had such a huge influence. And then, this occurred, you became Muslim, you have accepted Islam, you said, and now 6 women obviously found with you. We didn't see the 6 women. They didn't show the 6 women, but they say you were holding one was an American woman without her consent, and that you raped her. And then 5 of them say human trafficking. You lured them to Romania. So this is now what you're dealing with.
And another thing is, with you becoming Muslim, you can't really do debauchery anymore. You really have to move forward. And you said one thing that you liked about Islam.
You like this. You will be stumped like this. Trust me.
Yes.
I have seen it. Because the knowledge is there. You took your time and even explained the reason why.
But also he even said what he loved about Islam.
Yes.
Is that you actually have to put in the work, and that you also, that they don't just stand for anything in Islam. You have to prove something to God.
Yeah.
So
And not only that,
so for you
he
to
said
go back,
he has been like thinking about Islam for a while. You know, so to me, yes, you accepted it October, you took Shahada, but then I wonder, how long have you really known, and yet you were still doing all this and doing all that?
yeah, you
So,
know, you say you like that about
yeah.
Islam, but you weren't even trying to really put forth the effort.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I mean, I totally understand. Sometimes, you know, even when I came back into the religion, sometimes you slide or whatever and stuff like that. But you really don't have that chance to slide when you have a platform like this and
Yeah.
you're doing criminal stuff. I wasn't doing criminal stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I mean,
probably
this was not like a slide. This was
This
like
was
some
really-
foolishness.
It was
you know,
literally
yeah, you
like
can go
you
be
had,
like I'm gossiping
you
or I'm
literally got
lying
in
or whatever, but you are doing
He
rape.
literally got in the
It's an
car with
atrocity.
Satan and went on the highway to hell. That's basically what he was doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my
And-
sliding is basically, oh, I'm not doing my 5 daily prayers. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't pray today. But you are here actually raping, beating, and doing drug dealing. All of that is atrocious. And now you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about you being Muslim on a public platform, but you're still doing sin. So now it's like you're giving the religion a bad name. All of that you will pay for.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Everything is alleged. Matter
For
of fact,
these
Matter of
six
fact, what I'm
charges
going to do is I'm
until
going to
public-
write down here when I edit this video, everything is allegedly.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going to write. And I'm just
So
going to
we'll
put
have
it down below.
Have to put that on our t-shirt.
Yes.
But
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, it's just, we will definitely be following this case.
And we'll talk
You guys
more about the
please
whole
get-
Islam thing on our Muslim
Right, because
channel.
some of the
it's a
terms
lot.
that we use, like when I say shahada, he took shahada, really means that it's kind of like a proclamation.
And
you
then
know,
they
that
saw
you
him
do.
praying and stuff
So,
like that.
yeah, so we will talk about more in the Muslim channel because, you know,
It's something that we
just to get
definitely want to
more
get into, you know.
because I'm sure there are a lot of Muslims who are, you know, watching this case also,
yeah.
just for that fact that he became Muslim in October.
Yeah.
My thing
And there was
is,
a lot of mixed reviews. The women.
I mean, the bottom line is,
Yeah.
my thing is this: wrong is wrong,
Facts.
and regardless whether you become your religion changes or whatever crime that you have committed in the past, at that point, all you can say is, "Hey, God, please forgive me." But at the same time, you're going to have the repercussions of man's law as well.
And God's law.
You're going to have those repercussions. Full stop here at the end. If that's a jail time, if that's, you know, whatever it is, it is. You have to go through that because, you know, from the time we're young, we really know right from wrong. That's why you have some children out there. They will be there, you know, going in and trying to get some sugar or whatever. The mom comes in, "Hey, what are you eating?" Nothing. As you're hiding the sugar in your hand.
Yeah.
Because you instinctively know, innately you know right from wrong.
Yeah.
You looked in these women's eyes and did what you did. Some of their eyes were filled with uncertainty. Some of their eyes were filled with low self-esteem.
Or terror.
Some of their eyes were filled with terror.
Fear.
And yet you continue to try to control them. These are things that you have to make up for. You know, I'm going to tell you a story, a very quick story. Someone I know, very close, right? When he was out here, he was like into gangs and drugs and all this stuff. Really into drugs. He went into prison. His girlfriend had a set of twins. He married her while he was in prison, twin daughters. And he vowed in prison, found God in prison, and vowed that he's now going to be this wonderful, and I'm not going to say what he changed to, but he found God in prison, came out, and was like, I'm going to do right. I'm going to do right. What happened? He came out the very next day. He was out there walking in the street. This guy who he had been selling drugs to this boy's mother when this boy was very, very young. And it was the boy and his brother. They took them from their mom, and they took them from their mom several times, and then they'll bring them back. He had to deal with his mom going into drugs, ended up overdosing, so it was just him and his brother in the system. When he came out of the system, he vowed he was going to get that guy. The guy finally got out of prison, and the guy saw him, told him to get on his knees, and he was begging for his life, and shot him execution style, and he died for what he did to his mom. He said, "Do you remember me? The last time I saw you, I was like 7. You were selling to my mom, and I was trying to tell you to go away. Then I saw you again." He was telling him as he got older, "You kept on coming. You saw she had 2 young children. You kept on coming." You know? After he shot him, he didn't stop there. He went to the boy's mother's house.
The boy's mother's house?
The guy he shot, the man's mother's house.
Oh!
He went because he was living with he went to go see his mom. He was actually coming from his mom's home that day. And he shot up in the house. Actually, he was with his half brother. The mom had another baby. Well, I guess that's his brother, his younger brother.
Yeah.
He shot the brother, but the brother didn't die. The younger brother didn't die. And then shut up the whole house, the mother's house. And then he was taken into custody. I don't know what happened to that boy. All I know that this person was someone that, you know, our family knew, was dead. The life that he messed up, those children never forgot. They were going to come for him. And it was sad. It was very, very sad. And I'm also sorry for the guy who killed him, because now he's in jail. But look at the lives that you messed up.
Yeah.
So that's what when I think of Andrew Tate, that's what I think about. And
Yeah.
that was just one family. You're doing this with all these women.
Yeah.
All these 75 women that you say went through you and all this crap and what you were doing to them and controlling them, taking advantage of their times in their lives and all that.
Yeah.
Selling to people who are addicted to drugs. You've done a lot of stuff, a lot of shit. There's going to be ramification regardless. So that's all I got to say.
On that note, I think we've said it all. It's Mary.
And Amma,
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment. Tell us what you think about this whole mess. Do you think he did it? Or do you think he didn't?
and
Are you one of his fans? Are you one of the guys who has been following him and all this stuff? You know, what do you think? Are you a Muslim who was like, yay, I'm so happy he's Muslim? Hey, let us know.